The last 4 years of my life have been a consistent battle in my spirit between working a regular job and trying to find some way to make art a sustainable career. And this past weekend has been one of the more defining moments of this journey. So last week, my most recent video, I think I'll probably leave it up, but I talked about a revelation that I had come to, that had been given me about my art and about my art process and about how I approach it. I was trying to write an artist statement because I was trying to make a website for myself, and I realized that the statement, I don't need you to understand it, I just need you to empathize, is very key to my approach to art for a while. And as part of that artist statement, I was thinking about how I got into art and what drew me to modern and abstract art in the first place, right? And basically what I realized is that I realized an emotional problem with the way that I've been approaching it and the reason why I've been making art this whole time. I started making art in around 2019, 2020, and it wasn't really until 2020 and 2021 that I became honest with myself and said, you know what, this is what I want to do for a career, this is what I want to do for a living, and I really want to try to genuinely make that happen. And that shift started because I didn't grow up artsy. I didn't grow up like drawing like a lot of other artists say. And I didn't grow up painting and drawing and having fun with it. I thought it was all stupid. I thought it was all stupid and pointless. And truthfully, it's because I'm not very good at it. I'm really bad. I was really bad. I barely draw more than a stick figure. I wouldn't have known how to paint a portrait if you asked me to. It was worth my life. So, I didn't have any interest in the arts as a career form for most of my life except music. And I gave up on, I don't want to say I gave up. I chose to walk away from the music dream because I just decided I didn't want to have to go through what you have to go through to be a musician. What drew me to art in the first place was that it made me feel something inside that no other career had ever made me feel. And I thought that meant that this is for me, this is my calling. It made me feel seen, it made me feel acknowledged, and basically it gave my emotions a space to exist. It gave, abstract and modern art gave my weird, complicated brain a place to feel like it belonged, a place to feel like, hey, you're not strange here, you're accepted, you're normal, and you're allowed to be who you are, which, is great. Like, I'm not saying it's bad to find a place like that, but going back to what I said first, the next step after that revelation of I don't need you to understand it, I just need you to empathize, it made me realize I'm trying to accomplish something with my paintings that I need to be achieving through therapy. I'm self-aware enough, and I've done enough therapy at this point to know when I am operating in some form of mental issue. When I can sense, I can tell enough. I saw a TikTok recently saying that it's called intellectualizing your trauma, where you know a lot about it, but you still can't seem to actually take the right steps to heal because you see yourself as a problem to fix or something to that extent. But my point is, one of the biggest cores of my paintings has always been an actual cry for help that I need to be solving in therapy. And I'm not the sort of person who's willing to just accept, like, hey, I'm a broken human being, and it makes my tragic art backstory even better, and I just can't. No, like, I have no respect for somebody who would acknowledge that they have some sort of a trauma, or that their trauma is leading them to make a foolish choice, and then just accept it and, like, not try to change. I am passionate about identifying where trauma has misled you and correcting it, right? So I'm passionate about identifying where trauma has misled me and then correcting it so that I can ultimately be more at peace, more happy, be a better, more loving person to people. So I'm not gonna sit here and acknowledge, like, hey, I have a problem and I need to talk about it in therapy, but instead I'm just gonna paint paintings and expect people to understand it, like, and expect people to buy it. Like, no, you know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna base my art career off of that, because that is a big core, like, reason why I paint. And like, it's good. Like, I think, here's what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that I need to stop painting, right? Because painting, because you're traumatized, is great. I mean, painting therapy is a thing. Art therapy is 100% a thing, and that's wonderful, right? What I am saying is that traumatic art is not a good foundation for building an art business, I think. And even if it is, I know way too little about art business in order to make anything work right now. Basically, the way I've been approaching art business has been as if you blindfolded me, handed me a pot of spaghetti, dropped me in a room of size I don't know, and I just start throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something sticks, but I'm blindfolded, so I don't even know where the wall is, what direction to go, or if it's even working. And man, I'll tell you, that is discouraging. And it's really hard to keep going. It's really hard to keep throwing spaghetti at a wall when you don't know where the wall is, or if it's even sticking. So basically the point of this video is to say, my approach to art as a business has been founded on a problem that needs to be solved. And when I solve that problem, the foundation is going to go away. And then even if I do build a successful business on that foundation, what happens to it when that foundation disappears? Right? And so either I give up on art as a career, or I change my creative process. And I change my why. I change my core purpose for painting. And that's ultimately the direction I think I'm going to go. Because I still can't even imagine, I legitimately cannot imagine a life where I am happy to just work a regular job for the next 30 years, 40 years, shoot, even 50 years, depending on how old I live and how bad the economy is, you know? Like, that's not the kind of life I live. Ultimately, I feel more drawn to the entrepreneurial side of the economy, and I want to learn to make something work like that. But from the entrepreneurial side, art is a really hard thing to start selling because it doesn't exactly solve anybody's core problems, right? I've been reading a book recently called Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. And it's been very inspiring and very exciting because his book makes me feel like I could actually make a living by helping people. And art does help people, I don't deny it, but it is a commodity, not a necessity, right? And so it's less likely for a majority of people to buy it. I need to learn a lot more about business before I start expecting somebody to buy art. It's kind of like if I threw myself into level 100 difficulty when I'm just barely at level 5 of like skill level, you know? So basically, I'm not necessarily putting art on hold. I think I'm going to continue practicing it, and this YouTube channel is, I mean, I didn't title it Art Channel for a specific reason. I just wanted to be me. I just wanted to be me talking to a camera, making videos that I enjoy, right? And mostly that's travel vlogs and like talking head philosophy videos. But I don't want to absolutely ghost the art niche. I just need to pick what niche I'm going to be in on this YouTube channel. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so basically, I think my approach to art now is going to be more of a, hey, let me take some time to continue painting for me and continue painting paintings that are therapeutic to me, right? But I'm not going to try to sell them yet because I don't know enough about business and because they're really just for me, you know? If somebody likes them and they want to buy it, great. But I am tired of trying to sell a product to somebody who doesn't want the product, doesn't understand the product, and has no love for the product. And that somebody is the majority of people that have ever seen my art. They think it's great for me, but they're not willing to pay money for it. And so I would rather turn my time and attention towards building a business around something that people actually do want and need, and building a platform or an audience that is actually invested and interested in me and who I am. So I'm going to keep making YouTube videos. I have some other ideas for some other projects, creative projects. I'm thinking about starting another podcast or another YouTube channel. I'm already thinking about starting a gaming channel because I like playing this mobile game on my iPad, and ultimately would love to spend hours every day playing this game. So I'm like, well, what if I just start posting videos about it, right? So, you know, my creative brain has not gone away. My entrepreneurial brain has not gone away, but the definition and the purpose behind why I try to sell art is changing. And I think it's good and important because I want to build my art business on something that's meaningful, not something that's just a trauma response on my part. Basically, I think if this video, if my point is anything clear, I think it's that I've made art as a trauma response, and I don't want to build an art business based on a trauma response that I ultimately want to heal from. I need to go to therapy, heal from that, and then make art that's different, that's not based on trauma response. So, I think I'm done rambling. I think you get the point, probably. So, have a great day. Thanks for listening if you're still here. Subscribe if you haven't. It really means a lot. I'm watching that number like a hawk, which is probably not healthy, but it is what it is. Love you guys. Bye.